Hi, I'm Salom Nghinamito. This is my story for the love of equestrian. My name is Salom Nghinamito. I'm a show jumper and veterinary student from Namibia. I was born in the north of Namibia, and at the age of 5, I moved to Walvis Bay with my father when he got work at the horse riding stables. One of the reasons why I like horses is it was like when you were riding, when we were all riding, it was like we were all equal. No one was better than the other one. We were all fair. It was all fair, and yeah, nobody really cared what you were doing before or what you're going to do next. We're just having fun. And when I was growing up, that was very important to me because it gave me a sense of belonging. I didn't feel like I was a stranger in a community anymore. When we were all riding, we all felt as one community, so you could say, and that was mainly due to the horses. When I moved to my father, the main reason I went to was to start school, but I had a problem with English because at the kindergarten which I went to, I was taught in my home language, but then when we went over to Walvis, we had to speak English, and I kind of struggled. Because my father had accommodation at the stables, I always went with him to the stables when he went to work, and I would kind of play around, wander around. And then Ute Gephardt, one of the owners, she then decided actually it would be a great idea for me to start horse riding, and that way I will be forced to interact with other children who speak English but don't speak the Shawambu. And yeah, that's how I started riding. And in the beginning, it was a little bit scary because I didn't know anyone really, and I was very shy, didn't really want to talk to anyone. But yeah, and then I started riding, and it was fun. When we got incognito, it was actually, we were not really looking for a horse, but I once went to South Africa to go ride on a clinic. And the funny thing is that incognito is actually a Namibian horse, but he was sold to South Africa. And then we kind of found ourselves there, like the two Namibians in South Africa. I didn't feel like I was away from home anymore when I was with Incognito in South Africa. It actually turned out that he was for sale, and I'd actually needed to transition from the pony to a horse. Incognito was a great horse, but he required you to approach a fence 100%. When I started riding in the bigger classes, he really taught me well, and I think he was great. He's a great teacher, and he was probably one of the reasons why I ended up becoming an equestrian champion, because he really taught me that you cannot go into an arena and give less than 100% and expect to do well. Yeah, it was really great. Twile was my first pony. Was actually, yeah, it was nice because that was the first time I actually got a horse. Because before that I was riding the school horses, and he was like my horse. And yeah, he went through a lot. We actually formed a very good bond. Because in the beginning I started doing endurance with my pony, Twile. And at the vet gates, there was always this one vet, Dr. Sajani, and every time we get to the vet gate, it's like, so how are you doing? Fine. So how's school going? Oh, it's great. It's like, what do you want to be one day? And I was like, I actually don't know. It's like, have you considered being a vet? And I was like, yeah, then you can do what I do. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's actually great. And then the one day we had a horse at our stables. His name was Isaac, and he started colicking. He had to sleep at the stables for 3 days. But later on, he didn't make it. I actually woke up the next day and I was like, okay, no, I'm going to be a vet. And that was like the final straw. And yeah, since then, I wanted to be a vet. To me, it's that it's a profession which I can still continue with my riding. And also that the fact that I can give back to the community. Every time I get an opportunity to, I partake in community services. And it's a service that we do, and we can actually see a change in it. To me, that is really important, because there are still a lot of areas in Namibia which don't receive enough veterinary care, and I really want to make a difference, and that's why this course is really important to me. For the love of equestrian is actually not just looking at it from the horse point of view, but actually the whole community that is around the horses, because I've seen a lot of times when the communities help each other to sort out a problem. There was once a horse truck accident in Namibia, and everybody that had a horse trailer, doesn't matter, like some were 40, 50 kilometers away. They all drove there to go and assist. Also, how the whole community sort of shapes the people that are involved in the sport, because you form a lot of friends, you form a lot of connections. The freedom and the confidence that I get when I'm on a horse, because now I actually feel big, or I'm not that shy anymore because I'm sitting on a horse. And sometimes when I don't feel good, I just go and ride, and for some odd reason it's like I'm recharged or rejuvenated, and I feel much better, and I can continue working hard again. I always used to say it's like I'm now part horse, because I've been around with horses for a very long time now. So I always say I like to be friends with my horses. It's not that thing that they're working for me. It should always be that we're doing this together. And in order for us to strengthen that friendship, we need to have a strong bond or connection. He needs to know when there's something wrong with me, and I need to know when there's something wrong with him. Yeah, that's to me what equestrian is all about. Not just the riding and the competing, but sort of the whole community that is around the sport.